Alright, so we are back for another Dokkan battle video, and in today's video we are going to be doing a full global timeline for everything that we know that's coming, because of course the Dragon Ball Heroes collaboration is going to be wrapping up soon. Not sure if you guys can read this at the bottom, but I'll read it out loud if you can't. It got revealed a while ago that the campaign was going to start November 21st and then would end December 6th, so of course that does mean we've got, I think, like almost 2 weeks of this campaign left, and then that will lead us right into the next campaign, and that's exactly what we're going to be going over in today's video. Now, the schedule on all these things aren't exactly specific. I do have them ordered and when I think we're going to get them, but I could be a little wrong with some things. Like, for example, I don't know, we might not get Dokkan Fest Super Trunks next. Maybe they're going to want to really be weird and give us, like, the androids, but you could kind of see a timeline for what I'm going for and kind of get a gist of what Global should be looking like within the next couple months. So, first off, yeah, we should see Dokkan Fest Super Trunks next. Like I said, it's possible we don't get him next, but it would make the most sense. His banner isn't really that good. I don't really think there's any value here. If you really want Dokkan Fest Super 17, maybe buying them with red coins could be kind of good, but obviously their teams really suck, so I don't recommend that. I'd recommend saving for some other units with red coins, because there are some really good units that you could pick up with your red coins on some of these up-and-coming banners, and unfortunately, this is not one of them. So, definitely not a great banner, really easy skip. The ban unit Gohan absolutely sucks, and then Trunks himself. Am I saying he's bad? No. But am I saying he's good? Not really. I mean, once you get the transformation into Super Trunks, he can look pretty impressive for those first couple turns, but I don't know, his teams still aren't really the greatest, and I feel like there needs to be a lot of work around his teams for him to actually become really useful, because right now, Android/Cell Saga kind of sucks, and unfortunately, he is restricted to that team, so not really recommending anyone to summon on this. I think this should be a pretty easy skip. And then next up, that should lead into the Christmas banner. So this right here is a really good chance to pick up the 8th year anniversary LRs with red coins. Like I mentioned, save your red coins. You know, don't buy Super 17 or Majin Vegeta or anything like that. And then you'll have the opportunity to buy the 8th year anniversary LRs. If you have both of them, I would probably say just save. I think buying your first copy with red coins for units is pretty smart, but then buying dupes, I don't really recommend. I think, like I just said, it's better if you just buy your first copy with red coins and then just leave it at that. So if you have both of them, probably don't pick either of them up. Maybe if you don't have Vegeta and Trunks, pick them up. If you don't have the Blue Goku and Vegeta, pick them up, because they should be getting their EZA relatively soon, and I got a feeling they're about to be really good. So definitely a couple good options with red coins, but if you already have them, just skip out on it, and definitely don't summon on this banner. This is not a banner to summon on whatsoever. Don't get me wrong, Super Saiyan 4 Goku good, 8th year anniversary LR is good, and then Vegeta and Trunks really good, but I don't know, man. You have the chance to pull, like, Physical Omega. You have the chance to pull these two guys, which they just kind of suck. So, not really the greatest banner to summon on, but 8th year anniversary LRs returning is really good for buying them with red coins. And then that's pretty much it. And then next up, we should get the New Year's Dual Dokkan Fest. So, last year we got it the 28th of December. We're probably going to get it around this date. We don't know what it's going to be. We don't know anything about it. All we know is we're going to get a Dual Dokkan Fest. Hell, we don't even know if they're going to be LRs or TURs. Because last year, we got the LR Beast Gohan and then the LR Orange Piccolo, or I guess LR Ultimate Gohan and LR Power Awakening Piccolo. But then the year before that, it was obviously the Dual Dokkan Fest TURs with the Kid Buu and then the Super Saiyan 3 Goku. So we don't really know what their plan is here. I mean, it would make sense that we get LRs, because last year it was a Dual Dokkan Fest LR, you know, like celebration. But then the year before that, it was just TURs, so it would make sense that this year, now that the superhero stuff is over, there would be TURs again. So we don't really know what's going on. Like I said, we know it's going to be a Dual Dokkan Fest, though. And you could assume the banners would be really good, so definitely something I do recommend saving for. Maybe when you're done with your hero summons, you know, skip Trunks, obviously, and then skip this. Definitely don't summon on this. And then spend those stones on the New Year's Dual Dokkan Fest. And then you should be chilling, because like I said, these banners should be pretty good. And then after that, we're going to have the New Year's Step Up banner. Another banner you're going to want to save for. So for real, don't summon, because you got a lot of banners to look forward to in a very small window of time. So this basically is guaranteed to give you some really good units. It's 200 stones every rotation, and you can do 3 rotations. Every step you do guarantees a good unit. So you can see the first step is a super class or extreme class category lead. You get one of these guaranteed, and this is going to be updated, by the way. So there's going to be a lot more modern units in here that are really good. But even this pull, not really that bad. A lot of good EZA units in here. So definitely some good potential with that. And then after that, you could potentially get like an LR. And then after that, you get a super class or extreme class category leader. And then you can see a bunch of 200% here. And then you can see the LRs, which, by the way, not entirely sure on this, so don't quote me on it. But I'm like 90% sure LR Bulma is going to be returning. So if you don't have Bulma, this would be a really good opportunity to pick her up. because, of course, you got a really good shot at pulling her because you get a guaranteed LR during that last step. So definitely something really good with this. 600 stones in total to do all 3 steps. And then also there's going to be the New Year's Dual Dokkan Fest. So, like I said, skip these up-and-coming banners because there's a lot of stones you're going to need to get the most value out of the New Year's Dual Dokkan Fest and the step-up banner. And then after that, that should lead into the androids. I'm not entirely sure how that's going to work because that would mean it would be like a 2-week time period for then us to get these androids and the Part 2 LR, because we know the Carnival LR Omega is going to be releasing around the 15th of January. So I don't really know how they're going to handle this exactly, but we might get Omega first. We might get androids first. For the sake of the argument, we'll just say we get androids first. So androids banner, not really amazing. You got Guide Goku, you got Pat the Power Kid Goku, and Kale, who are all really good. And then you've got the androids, who are pretty good, but their banner unit absolutely sucks. Kale and Caulifla suck, and Videl sucks. I wouldn't recommend summoning just because these 4 units right here. And then even some of these units have their issues. Kale has bad teams. Pat the Power Kid Goku is starting to age. So, you know, not really the greatest banner to summon on. If you want to buy someone with red coins, yeah, just buy God Goku with red coins. Or Kale, I guess. But I don't really recommend summoning because, I don't know, I feel like in terms of your stones, there's other banners that could give you more value. So, definitely not amazing with this, but you know, Android 17 and 18 are pretty good. They're really good support for the Tournament of Power categories, which is good because those categories really suck. So I guess that is kind of a good thing, but I guess it doesn't matter also because I don't really recommend you summon. And then after the Android 17 and 18 banner, unfortunately, that would lead into the LR Ribrianne banner. I mean, what do you think I'm going to say? I mean, you look at this banner, you're like, all right, I could pull LR Ribrianne, and if I pull her, then my box is worse. I could pull Bulma, which is really good. I'd say Bulma is pretty much the only good unit on here. Kale and Caulifla with their Easy A can be alright, but their teams suck. And then everybody else sucks. I mean, she's good with her dodge, but yeah, she sucks. Her defensive stat's just not high enough. Cabba sucks. He's just not nearly good enough. Frost is horrible. Topo's a good support, but he sucks. Dispo sucks. And then I think she's alright with her Easy A, actually, but her team sucks, so she's not that useful even with that. So, very, very, very bad banner. Do not summon. Buy Bulma with yellow coins if you want. Other than that, there is nothing here for you. The unfeatured LRs are obviously good, but they're unfeatured. We're only talking about the featured units. So, not the best banner, and it's Ribrianne, so there's no reason to summon whatsoever. And then sometime after that, I guess that would lead into Omega, or maybe we'd get Omega first. Like I said, not really too sure on how that's working, but it's not like it matters anyway, because this is yet another skip. Really bad Carnival banner. The 2 Carnival LRs are really good. Everybody else sucks. Omega is only good on GT bosses. This Goku is probably the best unit on the banner. Well, I don't know. Am I saying he's better than Omega? Ooh, that's a tricky question because, like I said, Omega is restricted to GT bosses. So, if you're not running him on GT bosses, he's not really going to be that amazing. But if you have him on GT bosses, that boy's pushing like 50-60% damage reduction. And his defense isn't bad by any means. Like, he can get to around 1 million with really good RNG. And then also with some damage reduction, I don't know. Yeah, I think I'm saying Omega's the best unit on the banner, and then Carnival LR Goku's second up. But Carnival LR Goku's a really good support, and he's on, obviously, all the Goku teams, so definitely a good unit to have with him. But other than them, everyone here sucks, so don't summon. And same thing with this banner, unfeatured LRs we don't talk about, because they're unfeatured, so you're probably not really going to pull them. But not a great banner, skip it. So now we're starting to get into a little bit of a speculation territory. I know we've kind of already been doing that because we don't know exactly when every unit's coming out, but now we're heavily speculating. So I'm going to go out on a limb, and I'm going to say late January, we get synced 8th year anniversary, or I guess it'd be 9th year anniversary. So we'd get a synced anniversary with JP, and that would mean that it would come out late January, like I said, the 29th. It's very possible and likely this does not happen, and we just get some other Dokkan Fest, and then keep on going until March. And then we'd get the Dokkan Fest Gohan and Piccolo. But I'm just saying, literally, but I'm just saying it's possible that we could get a synced anniversary with JP because they just announced the syncing of the games. And I think I mentioned this a couple videos ago. But if you're going to announce the syncing of the games and then a couple months later have the biggest celebration of the year roll around and it's not synced between both games, that would feel really weird. And it would kind of ruin the point of revealing it beforehand. Because then you just revealed it, and now we're just waiting for the games to sync up. Like, no, just give us, sync the anniversary, and then start syncing everything after that or something. So, I think it would make a lot of sense for us to get the synced 9th year anniversary. For Global, it wouldn't really make sense, because then everyone's going to be like, okay, well, this isn't the anniversary. But they'll figure something out, and I'm looking forward to it, new LR Super Gogeta, new LR Super Vegito, I think would be really hype. And if that is coming around, keep in mind, you're going to want your stones for that, because those banners are about to be insane. When I say insane, I mean insane, because we're going to have, what, the 8th year anniversary LRs, we're going to have the 7th year anniversary LRs, we're probably going to have the Worldwide Download Celebration LRs, so dude, it's just going to be insane. Definitely save your stones, and if you're on JP, for real, save your stones, because we know for a fact it's coming the end of January, but on Global, I mean, it's probably going to come like July, June, but we can hope, right? We can cross our fingers and still hope we get synced the anniversary. But like I was saying before, we do know for a fact we're going to be getting the Gohan and the Piccolo shortly after the anniversary, I think. So, yeah, I mean, you know, they're all right. They're not a bad unit by any means. They're a good support. Their banner's pretty good. I would say for newer players, this really isn't the worst banner to summon on, because you'll notice there is only 200% leader skills featured here. So, obviously, we've got WHATS. He's not really amazing, but he can still be pretty useful in Super Battle Road. And for newer players, he might be a pretty useful lead. And then Captain Ginyu, really good Extreme Class lead and really good on the Ginyu Force team. We've got the Yamcha. Yamcha leads one of the best categories in the game. Dokkan Fest Yamcha. Earthbred Fighters obviously is insane, so he's really good. Bardock's not really amazing, but he has that Scouter for the first couple turns, which does make him really useful. And then Turles. I would say Turles is probably one of the best Extreme Class leads in the game, right under like Merge Zamasu or something. So definitely really good with him being featured. And then both the new units are really amazing. Vegeta and Nappa are crazy. And then Gohan and Piccolo are really good supports. And then when you exchange into Gohan, I know he becomes like utterly insane. So definitely a pretty solid banner here. Nothing I would recommend for like, I would say people have been playing for a couple years. But if you're really new to the game, a lot of good stuff here for you. A lot of good 200% leads and good potential for team builds. Because like I said, all 200% leads featured here. So I guess that pretty much has been the video. Just wanted to briefly go over everything that we know for a fact is coming to Global Dokkan. And then I guess also speculate a little with Anniversary. But like I said, Hero Celebration is ending soon. So definitely a lot of stuff to look forward to. Save your stones, skip the crappy banners, summon on the good banners. Love y'all, and I'll catch you in the next one.